should I say, top of the morning to you. Ken, Gentleman Prospector. I hope you're having an awesome day out there today. I started the stream a few minutes early because I got ready a few minutes early. Because I'm excited. I'm very excited. I've got some new material that from a location. First time ever prospecting there. We prospected there a little bit Saturday, and we got some new material. I got it right here, and I'm going to run it. And I'm going to run it down two different sluice systems. I'm going to run it down the Dream Map first. I'm going to catch all the tellings. I'm also going to classify it as I'm running it down. Just to set my little classifier right there like so. And then we're going to run it down the Flower Gold Wizard Smooth Water Header Box and catch any of the micros in there. Now that's exactly what I expect to get today, is micros, the tiny little flower gold. Because when we did our test pans at the new location, that's what we was getting in them, was tiny little micros. So I know there's at least a few in here. I don't know how many, but we're gonna find out. I've been so anxious to run this. We're gonna find out together. Hey, Carson Diddy. I'm not going fishing today, Carson. I'm gold prospecting today. We're running some material from the last time that we was fishing and prospecting, and I got to see how much gold's in this material. I know there's a little bit in here, but I got to see how much, because we got to use the boat to get to this location, and I want to see what it's worth, how much equipment it's worth me taking with me. Whether I should just take a sluice and pans and some buckets, or if I need to load up the mini high banker, the mini banker and batteries and take it. We're gonna find out. We're using the Dream Mat Trek Sluice. Hello, just me, top of the morning to you. Dina, top of the morning to you. And Hobo Rob, top of the morning to you, my friend. Rob sent a message in here a while ago that said he had to have a rock star to start his day. And I'm going to tell you, that's because Rob is a rock star. And I'm having some Goldgers in my cup. So I got the Flower Gold Wizard Smooth Water Header Box, the 6-inch header box. It's hooked up to the Trek Sluice. I'm going to turn this on. Get some water flow going here. See how it's flowing. Looks like I'm a little bit heavy on one side. I'm going to make an adjustment. Right here like so. Easy to adjust. Yeah, that'll work. Running pretty smooth. Yeah, there we go. 5 Mile Relic. Howdy. Headed to take the mother-in-law to the doctor appointment. Half-hour drive. Well, you know what? That's a good thing to do. Good for you, just me, because, taking care of mother-in-laws is pretty important stuff. So, it's got some ucky-mucky water in it. Probably cool off. It's got some nasty material off in there. Rise and shine, says 5 Mile Relic. I did add a surfactant to the water to break the water tension. And I'm very, very excited, and I'm very anxious because this is a brand new spot. We did test pan it, me and Mama Bird both. We did that live Saturday. And we did find, both of us found shiny in our pan. We found color. Not very much, just a few little 1 or 2 micros in each pan that we tested. But then after we found it, we just loaded up and we got some. So we're gonna run it. You guys see what this material looks like. There was some black sands in it, but it wasn't loaded with black sands like some of the locations are. But that's the way it is here in Missouri. And this right here is why I'm classifying it, because we got some bigger cobbles. That's a juicy looking little cobble there. And that classifier will catch all that bigger stuff. First scoop, I see no gold. No gold do I see in the indicator mat on the first scoop, which I don't expect to have much. There's not a chance that there's going to be enough to move the scales in here, but we'll see. We'll see. We're going to have to run this stuff through the Trek sluice. Hey, Canslaw, welcome in. Rustic Redhead, top of the morning to you. It's Terrific Tuesday. I'm having some Golders in my cup. Running some brand spanking new material from No Tellin' Creek, the place me and Mama Bird found Saturday. First time ever that we found gold at this location. And we found some micros, and we loaded up on some material. And it's close to the house, and I am very excited about it. And I do see some heavies in there. I see a few heavies. Not seeing any shiny just yet. Canslaw says, good morning from Ottawa. It's cold up here for early August. Forest fire smoke from Western Canada is blocking the sun. I'm drinking instant Tim Hortons coffee. Cool. You know, Carl, I talked to Carl this morning, and, you know, Carl lives there in Maine, and he said that it was really hazy there, and the air quality was really, really low there because of the wildfires. So my heart goes out to each and every one of you being affected by that. It hasn't really affected our air quality here in Missouri, but it is, we can see the haze. There is haze here, and it's because the way that jet stream runs, it's bringing it down. David Danderan, top of the morning to you. And Big Movie Fan 18, glad to see you in here, pal. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. We're having a little Golders in our cup, sluicing some brand new material here. We got 20 amazing people watching already, and we just got started. We just got started. This is some juicy looking material, but I haven't seen any shiny in the indicator mat yet, and that's what we're looking for. Uh-oh, I think I might see a piece. I think I see a piece of shiny. It could be one of them, because that's a little bigger flake. That could be the bigger flake that I found in my pan on Saturday. Dina says, yep, it's very hazy here. You guys want to see this material? And this is all clay. I got it out of the clay and gravel. And it was right on the top. I haven't dug down at all. I mean, 8 inches maybe, 10 inches is the most. A little piece of rhyolite and some leaves in there. Now, whenever I pan this out at the river, I did not classify this down. I just classified it and speed panned it with my pan. And I was using a small pan. When we go back, if it looks like it's justifiable to go back, once we get this cleaned out, I'll definitely have bigger equipment with me. Most definitely. I have the same sluice, but longer, 42 inches. That's awesome, brother. This here is the Dream Mat Trek sluice. I got a little indicator mat, a V-ribbed indicator mat in the top to catch any of the micros that might be in there. And after I'm classifying it, as you guys can see here, I've got my kitchen strainer classifier just set in my catch bucket down here. And I'm classifying it, and then everything, all the tellings, I'm going to rerun through the Flower Golden Wizard micro cleanup sluice, just in case the Dream Mat sluice with the Dream Mat combo mat doesn't catch it all. And nothing catches it all. There's not a sluice out there that catches it all, but Dream Mat is one I found that I really like to use the most. I do have one piece in the indicator mat. So hey, that's a win. We'll take it. We'll take that win. And you know, the 4 or 5 pieces that we panned out, that may be all that's in here. But that's why I'm cleaning it up. That's the reason. Hearts of Gold, good morning. Thank you for that, Big Movie Fan. I appreciate that, friend. And Canslaw's got some new stickers out there, it looks like. That's awesome. Daniel Parker, top of the morning to you, my friend. Welcome in. I'll make you a standard moderator after you've been in here for about 10-15 minutes. Make sure that you're not a bot and a good person. Ooh, look at that mineralized, chunky, juicy piece of quartz. That's one of the indicators that we've seen. The floods that we had over the winter time here in the spring, one of the banks, it completely washed one of the banks out, and we didn't even know it, but when it did, it exposed this solid wall of bedrock, and there's a quartz vein that's running through the bedrock. It's not very wide. It's only about maybe 3 inches wide, and you can barely see it because it's setting up in the brush from when the flood comes through that. But we prospected just below that, and we found color. It's the first time at this location that we've ever found any color. So I think that flood may have exposed something good for us. So we're going to find out if it did good. I definitely see 1, maybe 2 micros in the indicator mat now. Woohoo! That's a win. That's a win. The water's getting dirty, as you can expect. We're recirculating the water. Beth Marshall, top of the morning to you, Beth. Daniel's from Texas. Glad to have you in here. Sam Goodman. Saul Goodman. I apologize, Saul. Saul, we're in Missouri. There's Tomcat Josh. Howdy, Tomcat. A little bit of jasper. A little bit of jasper in there. Nice and cool there in Northwest Georgia, says just me. Jobby Lou, howdy, howdy. Welcome in, Jobby Lou. Hope everyone's having a great day. I hope everyone's having some gold juice in their cup. I hope there's gold juice in this sluice when we clean it out. We don't have a lot of material, but we have enough that we're doing a good test to see if it's going to be worth us taking some good equipment down there, loading up the flat bottom, taking the batteries and maybe the mini banker and 2 or 3 5-gallon buckets and bringing back some serious tones. I am seeing some heavies in there. I'm seeing some black sands. Not a whole lot, but we didn't see a whole lot when we did our test pans either. There's a lot of quartzy material in there, and there's a lot of light sands in there that I think is feldspar, because you could see some of that milky yellow colored feldspar in that bedrock that got exposed. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. That's a cool little fossil. Put that in there before Mama Bird sees it. We'll have another cool rock in inside our house. Nick Moore, top of the morning to you. Nick, yeah, I got a letter from Customs saying that Customs in Canada rejected the package, and I sent them a reply to it because they asked me if I wanted to send it back to me or destroy it. And it's gold. I told them that. I said, there's gold in there, just like it says, so send it back to me. And I'm waiting on a response form. So that's the first time that I had any of the pay dirt that we sent out rejected from Canada. But for some reason, and I haven't got it back yet, so hopefully they're sending it back. Because if they do, we'll send it right back out to you. Because I sent Nick a GP bag. He'd never gotten one. Hey, Daniel, I'm in Missouri, Daniel. Daniel's been in here for about 10 minutes now, so we're going to go ahead and add him as a standard moderator. There you go, my friend. Now you can connect to these other channels and they can connect to you. But we'll get it worked out, Nick. We will. Even if we have to do something different and be a little slick and slide for custom, we'll get it figured out, my friend. I wanted to make sure you had our stickers too, so we put the stickers in there. I can't believe they asked me if they wanted me to destroy the pack, or that I wanted them just to destroy the package. No, don't destroy it. Mahalala. Man, that looks like fun, he said. It is fun, my friend, it is. And you know what? It's just a hobby, but it's a fun hobby. And you know what? Sometimes it can be a little profitable. We're looking for any color at all in this new location. Hopefully, there's some in there. And we're going to run this twice, since that's the first time it's ever been run. We're going to run it down the Dream Mat Combo Sluice, the Trek Sluice, and then we're going to run it down the Fire Gold Wizard Micro Cleanup Sluice. And that's why I'm classifying it. I got my classifier set up down here. One, it's going to catch any cool rocks and stuff for Mama Bird to go through later. But for two, it's going to classify it down below kitchen strainer size so I can use the Fire Gold Wizard Smooth Water Header Box. Michael Ritson, howdy, top of the morning to you from New England. Or from England, not New England, England. So it's evening there in England, and if Michael's there from England, Dirt Devil Detective. They can forward it to me, GP, right? I've had a lot of custom rejections going over to Australia, a lot. But that was the first one I've ever had headed to Canada. I mean, it was bound to happen as much stuff as we've sent up there. But I hate that it happened when I sent in the package to Nick. Well, thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. You stick around in here for about 15 minutes or so. We'll make you a standard moderator, and then that way you can connect to these other channels. You can get that notifications, and you won't miss any of the live stream giveaways that we do. Because we do a lot of them. Mama Bird's going to be doing a giveaway Wednesday. She's going to be giving away a troubled one, cater bag. And she's going to have a special guest on the panel. Kristen is going to be on panel with Mama Bird, and I think I'm looking forward to it. And Mama Bird is so excited; she's looking forward to it. I'm spraying this out right here, just so I know I'm getting anything that might be in the bottom out of there. Got it, and we got it. I'm gonna spray that lid off too, because that was in my kayak and sloshing around and doing all the stuff that it does, you know. We got that emptied out. We're going to have little golders in the cup. Look at Chad here. There's Ryan Anderton. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that, buddy. I am Don from Christchurch, New Zealand. How much gold has been your biggest score? Well, you know, are we talking about a one-day score or a weekend prospecting trip? One day, the most amount we've ever recovered was 7 grams, and that was 3 of us prospecting together, which was a good day. And you know, it's been a while back, and it was some good gold. But on average, we usually get, in a day of prospecting, I can usually get here in this area 0.15 to 0.30, something like that. I don't expect nothing near that much today, but you never know. We'll let that run long enough. We're going to shut it down and have a look in there. I do see some glow. Ooh, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe I see 7 pieces in the indicator, Matt. That's a win. That's a win. $20 super. Awesome, Nick. I am going to check that out. So we're going to catch up on chat here for a minute. Got 45 amazing people. And we're going to moderate a few people in here. So they can connect. There's Ryan. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom, Ryan. Michael, welcome to the Gold Kingdom. Never get a water sprinkler on the power box. Yeah, I have water. I have had water to get up on my speed controller. And these speed controllers, I like to use these because they're cheap and they work forever unless you get them wet. You get them wet and they're done. They're pretty much done. But they're cheap. Howdy, men. Top of the morning to you. Welcome in. Oh, so Just Me lives around Bangor. So that's where, when me and Mama Bird fly up to Maine, we fly into Bangor. So we know where that area is. The gold rush in New Zealand is about to take off again. I would love to prospect in New Zealand. I think that would be amazing. Can't wait to order some attachments for the sluice. You know, I've got some new attachments for the Dirt Devil sluice coming in, and when they get here, I'm going to be doing a control study. I've got some material already laid out with a measured amount of gold in each one, and I'm going to run a control study with the different setups to see what works best for me for my material. And I'm probably going to do it live. So yeah, you guys can watch that. But yeah, Dirt Devil's got an amazing sluice that he's put a lot of time and effort into, and it's working really well. Absolutely not, Nick. Go ahead, drop that link in there, Nick. That's wonderful. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And it's time to do a clean out. First thing I want to do is take this material that I caught in the classifier. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to set this out of the way. And that caught a lot of material. It really did. And then I'm going to take my gold pan and we're going to clean out this drain mat one time. In order to clean that out, all you got to do is add a little water to it like so. You guys want to see this gold? Because there's one nice flake in there. Let me grab this camera here and see if I can do this slow enough that you guys can see it. And we'll get zoomed in on it. This is what that Dream Mat combo mat looks like. Going up through there. I'm not seeing anything down in these bigger cells, but they do have some heavies in them. Actually, there might be one piece right here in this corner cell right there. But when I get up here to the indicator mat, look at that. That's shiny. I got one there, got one there. This is a nice piece right here. I like that one. That's a nice, looks like a wiry piece, which I would expect. And then there's a couple in there. Ooh-wee. Brad Welch, good evening to you, sir. I know that it's evening where Brad's at. If he's back home, he was over here in the States. He was at the Yuba. So we're going to clean this out, and then we're going to pan it out. Mahalalala lives in Athens, Georgia. I don't know why I don't do this. It's not for me to head north in the mountains. Lots of public streams. Yeah, there's some good gold in Georgia. Up around the Longa and stuff like that. There's some amazing gold there. We just got to loosen that wing nut up. And then we'll pull this drain mat out here. Carefully pull it out. And we'll clean it out in this pan. Like so. Give it a little shake there as we clean them cells out. Have a look at it. Looks clean to me. Got it. Set that up there. And then we're going to pull this indicator mat out here. Just like so. And I can see the tiny micros in there. That's what we want to see. But we definitely was on some gold. I just don't know how much. That was easy. Got it. We're going to turn this back on here. Mama bird, hot diggity, Beth Marshall. Did anyone on the game would pick up shavings? What was its name? I don't know. 8:36 on the East Coast time. It's 7:36 here. Mama Bird's in chat. Mama Bird, we had some good color in that indicator mat. We had about 6 or 8 pieces. One of them looked wiry. So what we was thinking that was coming out of that bedrock, out of that quartz vein, I bet we're right, Mama Bird. I bet we're right. Got to get my beauty sleep, says Brad. Brad, you have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming in, buddy. We got 61 amazing people in here. I can't believe it. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Please remember to hit that like button. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd like to earn your subscription. And if you subscribe, come back on Monday nights and Wednesday nights and get in on some of the free giveaways that we do. 7:30 down in Texas, says Daniel. Edward Mussis says hello. Howdy, howdy to you, Edward. Mahal, we're going to make you, been in there over 15 minutes, so we're going to add you as a standard moderator, my friend. From Georgia, he is. Trying to catch up on chat here. Christopher Robin, welcome in. I used a magnet to sift through the sands when I was a kid. Yeah, and that's a lot of fun, you know. We save all of our magnetics, all of the magnetite, and we have a lot of fun with them. And the grandkids do too. Edward Miss Moss from Cleveland, Ohio. There's some great people in here. Top of the morning to you. Alyssa Orlando, 8:38 for her. Well, I sure appreciate that. On Beth's in West Virginia. I'm going to go, before I start panning this, I'm going to add some people as moderators here. Let's get Beth added in. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom, Beth. We'll get Christopher added in here. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom, Christopher. And Alyssa, we're going to add you in here as well. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom. NASCAR guy, howdy. Welcome in, Victor. Top of the morning to you. We're having some golders in our cup. Right here. And we're going to pan this out. First time for everything, Mahal says. Yeah. Absolutely. Here in the kingdom, we try to make everybody that is good people, humble people, kind people, moderators. That way they can connect back and forth. Grant says, I'm going to go pan the gold out of Silver Dollar City today. Or is that the other way around? Grant's going to Silver Dollar City. That means Grant's in Branson, Missouri. Woo! Get it? Get it, Grant? Edward, howdy, howdy. Welcome in. I'm 132 away from 4,000, gentlemen. That's awesome, Nick. That is awesome, brother. Congratulations. I got to move this camera so you guys can see the panning station here. Actually, I may need to move the panning station so you can see it better. That's my catch pan I got there. We'll zoom that in just a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. Our roses got ate by bugs. Oh no. Edward, we're going to go ahead and turn you into a standard moderator too, my friend. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom. Get this pan out of here. So this is the cons that we're left with. As you can see, there is some heavies in there. That's what we're left with. We're going to pan it out. Move the tortilla over a little bit. And my scales. Stratify that water. Get that specific gravity working for us. Let's pan this stuff out. Get that lighter material off there. I bet Mama Bird's watching because she's as anxious as I am about this spot. Block kid, no friends. Temps of Branson are 90s. Great to pan. That's right, Beth. They are. And it's supposed to be 91 here because we're in southwest Missouri. That's where we found this material at, was southwest Missouri. Only about an hour from Branson. Yeah, there's more heavies in here than what we anticipated, and that's good. So let's pan some of this off. Have a look in here as we're panning her back. Thank you, Tomcat. Appreciate that, my friend. Stratify my coffee, says Grant. Yeah, sometimes you got to. It is beautiful out right now. Yeah, the last few days here in Missouri, Grant's been absolutely amazing. Oh, cool, Christopher. Your dad's building a house in Brant. That's awesome. Any day's a good day to pan. You can say that again, Beth. Woo-wee. That's right. Any day. I can see a piece of shiny right there in the pan. You can see one piece so far. Right there. Coming up on the side. This is exciting, Mama Bird. I hope you're still in here watching this. This is a brand new spot. Me and Mama Bird prospected for the first time. We did that live Saturday and found some shiny in our test pans. So we got this material and brung it back. Monkey Man, howdy Monkey Man Productions. Rob says he loves coffee at 5:30. I know you do. I know you do, because I do, Rob. We're a lot alike, me and Rob is. Rob's a good guy, got a great channel. If you guys haven't connected with Hobo Rob, you really need to. He has got an amazing channel. I'm not sure what them are. That's something Mama Bird's going to have to look at in there. And tell me what it is. And there's a little tiny piece of pyrite. It's panning back there. See that pyrite, guys? We find that every once in a while here. Good indicator. I'm not looking at chat right now because I'm panning. Got some crystals in here. Looks like some quartz. But I have got 8 pieces. Look, let me zoom in on that. Look at the shiny coming up. Look at this, mama bird. Look at that. Look what we did, girl. Right here, not far from the house. Ooh-wee. That's what I'm talking about. That's a win, guys. That's a win if I've ever seen one. So I would say that this place is going to justify taking any amount of equipment that we can take down there because I'm seeing some amazing gold in here. 51 amazing people. Nice, ain't that right, Roger? Woohoo, says Hearts of Gold. Not far from home. That's right. We usually drive 4 miles or 4 hours to prospect in the mountains down around in the St. Francis mountain range here. And some amazing gold. Absolutely amazing gold up there, guys. But I'm going to tell you what, from what I'm seeing here, we're going to spend a lot of the rest of the summer at this location. There's a little chunky pyrite because I am seeing some beautiful, beautiful tiny micros in here. And it's enough that it's starting to add up in the pan. It's adding up in the pan. Now, the river that we did this in, we have prospected before, and we have found, look at this, we have found, look at them nice flakes. They're all tiny and micros, but they're still nice. There's a lot of them. We found a lot of pyrite out of this river, but out of this particular system, this is the first time that we've ever found gold. And I'm almost certain that that flood uncovered it and exposed it when it exposed that decomposing bedrock that has been underneath all that overburden for so long. This is this may be enough to move the scales. And we haven't run the tellings yet to catch the micros to see how much the dream map missed. But we're going to do that next after we get this cleaned down and snuffered up. I am so excited here. That's pretty gold too, guys. Look at this. Can y'all see that one time? It is tiny. It is small. Look, there's my finger for comparison, guys. It's small stuff. But all gold matters. We have to liberate it all. And this gold here in Missouri, southwest Missouri gold right here. I'm going slow because it looks like that I panned back a couple of micros down in there and I want to catch them. Look at that beautiful southwest Missouri smile in my pan right there. Come on with that. Let me look at chat here for a minute. That's a solid score, says Grant. You better believe that's a solid score. Well, get that breakfast eat big movie. Heck yeah, buddy. And thank you for sharing us out. I appreciate that, my friend. Right, Roger. I do that too, buddy. As people are panning out, move your phone. I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that. I'm going to repan these little bit of black sands that are still in there. There's not much heavies at all at this spot, which makes it easier to pan out. But I know I missed a couple micros because I seen them in there. I want to grab them up if I can. There they are. I missed 2 micros, and all gold matters. All gold matters. We got to liberate it all, guys. No, I missed 3 micros. Look at you, GP. Let's suck them up. I'm going to look at all this stuff under the microscope too to see what kind of texture this flower gold's got on it. See if it looks like it's just been released from its host, because some of this stuff, when I reached in that pan, I could feel it, which means it maybe had just been released. So there's that little bit of material. And I think that just to be on the safe side, we should probably reclassify this and run it down the Flower Gold Wizard Smooth Water header box with some of this other material. This stuff right here. Let me grab my classifier. Back up here, and we'll dump it in there and reclassify it down just to make sure we got it all. Like in the so. Wet classifying. Got it. And now this material, we're going to run down the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Mini Cleanup Sluice and see if the Dream Map missed anything. So I'm going to zoom that camera back out and turn it back up here. Like into so. And now you guys can watch me set this Flower Gold Wizard Micro Mini Cleanup Sluice up. Jeremy Canner, good morning. Top of the morning to you. Oh, you tore your shoulder, Jeremy. I'm sorry to hear that. But you heal fast, it says. What's going on, my Missouri family? Jeremy, we're going to make you a standard moderator. I thought we had before, but we're going to make sure it sticks this time. There you go, my friend. Karen Hunts. Howdy, Karen. Welcome in, welcome in. We're getting some gold, some Missouri gold. And like Grant said, that's a solid score. It absolutely is for Missouri. That tiny little fire gold like that, man, that's a solid score. We're going to move this out of the way. Unhook this speed controller first, so not to make any messes. We're going to move this bilge pump out. This is a 1100 gallon per hour bilge pump. That's what I use on all of my equipment. We're going to set this out of the way. And we're going to take the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Mini Cleanup Sluice and we're going to change it out with it. Now, I'm just going to use the Dream Mat Sluice here, guys, the leg kit, and then with just removing a bolt, it's going to be real easy. And then I'm going to change my pitch. I'm going to change the pitch that I have set on here. We're going to to set that like so. We're going to drop this other bilge pump down into the water, like into so. I always like to put a little hose in there so it don't jerk around so much. Set our speed controller up here so it'll stay dry. We're going to hook our speed controller up, like into so. And then we're going to adjust the pitch just a little bit, because I got this right now, it's set on about 9 degrees. And I'm going to raise this up to about 5 degrees. For me, I've noticed that that's what the Flyer Go Wizard Smooth Water Sluice likes the best. And that's just the way I run it. It doesn't mean you have to run it that way. We're going to take a new catch pan, catch our tailings in, drop it down there, and got another scoop here. Here's our material. I'm gonna have some coffee. Catch up with chat. Yeah, it is. It's much easier with the leg kit, I agree. And I've got a little makeshift leg kit that I put together for the Dirt Devil sluice too. It fits right in there, and my pump sets down into a little catch area so that it doesn't pick up any of the gravels or sands that are in the tailing spot. You guys will get to see that. So we're going to turn that on. There we go. Now I always like to turn this up hard, and that any air bubbles that might be in there, if you turn it up and let it run hard and fast like that for a few seconds, and then I'll turn it back down until I can get my V and my X going, like into so. There we go. Relief pitcher coming in. So let's test this, see how it's running, see how it's clearing out. May need to turn my flow up just a little bit. And it looks like I do. Need to turn that flow up just a little bit. About like so. Nice. Now it's moving that stuff out of there. Tearing up, sold her house. Said, now I gotta find new ones. That's working fantastic. I got the sluice in the header, just got to order the pump yet. Procrastinating. Well, you are going to love that whole setup, Crash. I'm interested to see if that green mat combo mat missed anything. I really like this Flyer Go Wizard micro cleanup sluice for any time doing all these smaller ponds. And we always rerun all of our small stuff down it. The Dream Mat usually catches the gold. It catches the majority of the gold. But we have had it to blow a little bit of gold out, and that could be user error. It could be my fault. I see some. I see some tiny micros. I see one tiny micro, what I believe to be a micro in there. So what we blew out, we're catching, and that's why we do this, to make sure that there is no gold left, because all gold matters. Anthony Nugent from Australia, welcome in, Anthony. I've seen you in here before, Anthony, so I'm going to go right ahead and make you a standard moderator. I remember your name, Annie Call It. Howdy, howdy, top of the morning to you, Annie. We're having some golders in our cup. I lost my cup. There it is. And we're running some gold. We're finding some gold. I'm excited. I really think that there's enough in that snuffer bottle to move the scale. It's a little tiny bit, but it wasn't a big sample either. That's good stuff. Kristen! Yeah, we're cleaning up the stuff from the, I'm cleaning up the stuff from the new spot. And Kristen, in the snuffer bottle, there's some gold in there. I think it might be enough to move the scale. It's not a very big sample, but I'm going to tell you right now that there is definitely 100% enough gold to go back to that new spot and really get in there and bring a lot of material back. I believe that we've uncovered a new deposit that the floods uncovered. And you know, when that happens, there's no telling what you find. We could find some chunky stuff in there. We could find some pickers. We could find some nuggets. We could find some Missouri nuggets in there. You never know until you start digging and how deep it is. Because when a flood come down around that corner, it completely washed the whole bank out, and it exposed a great big bedrock wall that runs straight down, and then the bedrock runs out into the river. We've never been able to see that bedrock wall before, but there's a quartz vein that's running through that as well. And I think when it churned it, it exposed it, and I think that's where it's all coming from. Going a couple weeks of prospecting with Gazzy and Buckshot. Oh, it's going to be a good time, Anthony. That is going to be a good time, my friend. Gazzy and Bogus are both amazing, amazing guys. We love them both. So are you guys going to Reedy Creek or a different spot? That's right, Kristen. Little gold is in my cup. You gotta love the taste of gold in the morning. I'm pretty sure I see 2 micros that Dream Map missed in there. And that's why we rerun it. That's why we rerun it down the Fire Go Wizard Smooth Water Mini Header. And this setup, guys, it's great. It's wonderful. And it is the absolute best micro gold recovery system that I've ever used. If you're in a spot that's got a lot of heavy black sand and a lot of micros, if you're not using one of these, you're missing gold. We have reran so much material that we kept before we got one of these, and we've gotten so much tiny micros out of it. Love it. Love it! Yeah, Reedy Creek and some private access areas. Cool. Speak text failed me again. I definitely can't use it. Oh no, Jeremy, I hate to hear that, man. text doesn't work for me because I got such a hillbilly accent that it thinks I'm saying something, and a lot of times it'll say, "Would you like me to translate that?" It's like, hell, I know what I just said. Would you like me to translate it to you, speech tech? Got that cleaned out. And I think I see two little micros in there, maybe three. We're gonna find out because we're gonna clean this out. We're gonna pan it out. Now this is fairly easy to clean out. The way I like to do it is I just take my pan and I lay my pan down in there. I'm gonna leave that running for just a few seconds because as I turn this up, it's gonna run slower. And I'm gonna turn it up some so that it washes this material off into my pan. Like so. And I'm going to back the header box up just a little bit, ever so slightly, washing that material off. And I'm just going to reach over and shut her down. Like that. Then take my squirt bottle and start squirting it out. Love cleaning out this stuff. It's so easy to clean out. Grab me another squirt bottle. It's got more water in it. And we got it. We got it. I only use my phone on YouTube, but tomorrow's live with Mama Bird. I'm moving to the iPad, and I can actually see the shining. There's a Ty. That's our friend back there. We got that. Now we're going to turn this down, move back here to the panning station, like into so. And we're going to pan it out. This is the material that I'm left with here. Well, I can tell you, Kristen, Mama Bird is very excited about having you on panel with her. She is really looking forward to it. Move this tablet so I can see you guys. 6 a.m. for me here in Oregon. It is 8 a.m. here in Missouri. Hearts of Gold's heading to the jewelers to have her rings resized. They fell. Oh no, yeah, you better do that before you lose them while you're out there panning. That'd be terrible. So this is going to be mostly heavies because that's the way that Wesley Hatfield and the Wizard designed this, was to catch the heavies. Because we know gold is the densest thing in the river. 19% specific gravity. And these black sands, most of these in Missouri are magnetite, and they have about between a 3.5 to 5.5% specific gravity. So that's why it's catching them as well. Chasing Cheddar with Curtis. Top of the morning to you, my friend. Still 60 amazing people in here. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button and consider subscribing. It's free, and anything free is worth saving up for. And if you subscribe, make sure to hit that notification. And that way you can get alerts to all the giveaways that me and Mama Bird does on Mondays and Wednesday nights. Because for us, it's not just about finding the gold. It's not about having the gold. It's about sharing the gold. We get the enjoyment out of finding it, and then we get the enjoyment out of sharing it with you guys. Haven't seen anything in the pan yet. Poke its head through. And if it's in here, it's going to be tiny micros, little tiny flower gold. The stuff that I call makeup gold, that is so small you could use it as makeup. And I do have some. I can see it in there. Not much. But that just proves that the Flower Gold Wizard micro cleanup sluice caught what the Dream Map missed. And that's why we run it twice. That's the whole reason we run it 2 times. Run it through the Dream Map, and then we run our tailings down the micro cleanup sluice. There's not much. It didn't miss much, guys. I see maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Let me zoom in here. See if you guys can see these. You guys see that? See what it missed there? But all gold matters. And we caught it. It didn't get away. And we got it. Thanks to the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Mini Cleanup Sluice. We got it. All right. You know what time it is? That's right, hearts. Mandy, welcome in. It's snuffer dump time. It's snuffer dump. And then we're going to dry it out and see if there's enough to move the scales. So for those of you just coming in, this is the snuffer dump from Southwest Missouri. That new spot that me and Mama Bird found yesterday. Or Saturday, I'm sorry. But have a look. Have a look. Look at that pretty. That's some pretty gold. It's not a whole lot, but there wasn't a lot of material. But I think that it may actually, and I told Mama Bird, there's no way there's enough to move the scale, but I just want to do a positive count on it. We got to know. I think we can move the scale with this. Maybe. We might get lucky. Tap it all up there to the top. Take out any black sands that might be remaining in there. I hear an old robin saying, pretty bird. Just like that. That's a win. That's a win. Mama Bird, if you're still here or listening, have a look. Have a look at what we did, girl. Now, that's all zoomed in. This is tiny stuff. But I think there is enough of this to move the scale here. So we're going to find out. I got to put that snuffer bottle back together. I can suck it up. Mr. Chill Guy. Howdy, howdy. Welcome in. Wow, I hope there's 0.15 there, Josh. That would make my day, because there wasn't that much material. If there's 0.15 there, that's probably close to the best that we've ever done with that little bit of material. Welcome in, Mr. Chill Guy, Mr. Chill 4 Guy 5. Let me correct myself. Let me move this out of the way. And I got my scale out here. We're going to set it up. I got the torch of terror out here, and I got my little dry pot. We're going to dump that in there and dry it out. Everybody's getting some guessing in there. I like that. I like that. We're going to find out for sure. Dump that excess water off there. You know, there's some pretty good gold in there. That's some pretty good gold down in there. Firing up the torch of terror. Here we go. Let's dry it out. Torch of terror activated. That's what Mama Bird calls it. It's the torch of terror. As that dries out, you can see that shiny pop up through there. Whee, she looked pretty in there. Oh, she's rattling around in there, so it's dry. It's dry. Now, I learned the hard way that plastic container, you don't want to pour hot gold in it because it'll melt to it and stick to it. That's why I got this aluminum one out here. And I'm going to pour it from one to the other. So first we're going to pour it in there. And we're going to do this a little close-up. You guys can see this gold at a close-up. This beautiful Missouri gold. There's what we got. We're going to turn this scale on. Set that down so I can use both hands here. Sometimes it takes both hands and 3 of my legs. There we go. Turn that down. Zoom it in. Tear the scale out. Let's see if it moves the scale. Let's see if it moves the scale. Here we go. Oh, 0.052. 0.052. It moved the scale. Oh, it dropped down to 0.048. So right around 0.050. So that is not a lot of gold, guys. It isn't. But for the amount of material that we had, that is a super win. And look at this. Look at that pretty gold. That one up there looks so chunky. Let me see if I can, let's see if we can zoom that in any better. Look at that, guys. See all the tiny, tiny, tiny micros in there? You gotta love it when that happens. Pretty stuff right there. Love it. So, yeah. There you have it. Mama Bird is going to be so excited. Hey, Michael Kaiser, welcome in. I'm going to put my sluice back together. Talk to you guys for a minute. Look, it's settling at 0.50 after everything, guys. 0.050. So that's definitely a win. And Mr. Chill Guy, you've been in here about 15 minutes now. You seem to be a pretty good person, so we're going to make you a standard moderator. Because if you're a good person after about 15 minutes, if none of my moderators have taken you out, that means you're a pretty good person. Because my pal Rob, Hobo Rob, he'll send you to the train station. He's the train conductor. He'll send you there quick. Mama Bird, did you see that? Did you see that gold? That just came out of the river right down the road. Out of that little big bit we got, that little bucket. Did you see it? Before the wind blows away, I'm going to cover this up here. That, I couldn't be any more stoked. I love watching gold too. I love watching it too. I had to do this morning, guys. I just had to. The anticipation was just getting the best of me. And we was going to wait until we had more material to do. And I thought, you know what? We may not want to go get more material if there's no gold there. But there is definitely gold there. There we go. Just like into that. So simple. So simple. Now we can stick our bolt back up through there and reassemble our track sluice, our Dream Mat track sluice. Lock in the sole. Indicator mat. Put the Dream Mat back in there. Lock in the sole. Well, I thought I had it. Big hands. Big hands. It's hard to raise that plate up there. Got it. Tighten the wing nut back down, like so. There you have it. There you have it. The dance. You guys got to see the dance. You got to see the gold dance. I get it. No, I get it. I get it. So, y'all want to see a gold dance? Let me adjust the camera here. Let me adjust the camera here. Just a little bit. All right. Here it comes. Here it comes. The GP Gold Dance. You guys ready for this? I don't know if they're ready for it or not. I think I'm ready for it, though. Here we go. The GP Gold Dance. Coming at you. Live action. Little gold dance humor there. Little gold dance fun. How was it? What was your rating? And of course, brewers come in just in time to see the gold dance. Just in time. Well, that's it. That's it. I'm going downstairs now. No, don't have no stairs out here. 10 out of 10, says Mr. Chill Guy. Dirt Devil says 9.0. Loved it, Beth says. That's a 10. Look at these. You guys are making GP's head blow up. 11. That was 11 with the props. Thanks, Jack and Danette. The pans made it more authentic. You know, there was a spur of the moment thing. Had a little fun. A fucking 10, says Crash. You got that right, brother. Brewers, I hope you're doing good. Having a little Golders in my cup. So that material that me and Mama Bird got Saturday during the live, I ran it down the Dream Mat Trek sluice with a combo mat. Caught almost all of it, 99% of it. Then I reran the tailings down the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Mini Cleanup sluice and caught some nice micros that the Dream Mat missed. All gold matters. Then we dried it out. We weighed it up. 0.050. Woo-wee! That's a win. Out of, let me show you this bucket. So there was about that much, about half of this 1.5 gallon bucket full of this material from Southwest Missouri. And I'm gonna tell you what, for me, I know you guys, a lot of you do way better than that, but for me, here in Missouri, 30 minutes from our house at the most, 40, to find that amount of gold, that my heart's going right now, and my energy level's so high, and I'm thinking, I got to get back down there. So the next time, which I may go back down there tomorrow, I may do a live tomorrow, putting a kayak in, no fishing, no nothing. I might fish, because it's from where I put the kayak in to this spot, it's a hard 1.5 hour float to get to that spot, maybe 1.5 hours, 2 hours. And then it's 6 hours altogether to float from one drop off to the other, and there isn't no paddling back up, because the current's just too strong. But it's a good 6 hour float. So, you know, anytime we go, we know we're going to be gone the 6 hours for the floating plus the digging time. So as long as we get down there fairly early and get started, and, you know, spend maybe 3 hours digging, 2 or 3 hours digging, and the thing is, where it's at, and we'll run off right now, the water's up high enough, I can set this sluice right here up. But I'm going to take a smaller, I'm just going to take an adventure sluice and a couple of 5 gallon buckets in my kayak, because I can put one in my little carrier in the back, and I can put one 5 gallon bucket in the front, push it up underneath the front access, and it fits in there good, and then just put it between my legs and then float on down. The key is I got to have either someone to pick me up at the spot, which during the week Mama Bird works and she doesn't get home until late, but it would be late when I got done digging too, so that might work out. Or she could just you know, to bring her car down there and throw the kayak on top of her car, or tie it down with a couple buckets of material, and whammo! Anthony, see you, pal. Dana says the adventure sluice is great for that. I'm rambling, guys. Well, Anthony, thanks so much for coming in, and you have a great time with Gazzy, and you guys just have fun. Just join. What did he find? Greedy Gecko, welcome in. Top of the morning to you. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom. Welshman Forever, welcome back, Welshman. Nikki Lee, howdy, Nikki. So we just uncovered 0.05 grams of southwest, not southeast, Missouri gold. And I couldn't be more pumped, more stoked, more excited, because now it's a process. I was explaining it. It's a process to get this out, because the only way to get to this spot is by water. And you have to put in at one location, float down to where it's at, and then float down to another location to get your vessel out. So altogether, it's going to be between an 8 and 10 hour day to get the material out. So I got to make it worth it. So I'm going to have to at least bring back a solid full 5 gallon bucket of material that has already been run down the sluice, everything, and ready to, it's ready to do the cleanup on. But if I do that, because I just, out of about a half a gallon material, I got 0.05. So if I do that out of 5 gallons, it should be right around a gram. I should be able to pull a gram out of there, close to it. If the gold stays that consistent, and this is the first time doing in there, so I'm just rambling. I got all this stuff running through my head. Sorry, guys. But it sounds awesome. I mean, for me, it sounds familiar. Do it tomorrow, says Tomcat Jaws. Gonna get some gold. That's right, Mr. Chilford, guys. And I'm excited. I'm pumped. Uh, I may try to do it during the day this week. If not, it'll probably be Saturday, and that way we can drop both vehicles off, and we can have 2 kayaks. And that way we could bring back 2 5-gallons, because Mama Bird's a gold prospector. She's a gold digger from way back when, and you know she digs just as hard and as fast as GP does. And I've got 2 adventure sluices. We could set them up, you know, one up and then set the other up. The little where the tributary runs into the river that we're prospecting in, it's about, I don't know, it's probably 20 to 30 inches wide. The runoff going through there is, but it's deep enough that it'll run an adventure sluice, or at least it would the other day. It would have ran it really well. The flow was nice, and we've got a couple adventure sluices. We can just pop them in there. Mama Bird's also got a small Carl sluice that Carl made her. That's only about 18 inches long, about the same size as an adventure sluice, and 4 inches wide. She may choose to take that one instead. She loves her Carl sluice. That's right, Brewer. If you want to slow Mama Bird down, all you got to do is say, hey, look at these rocks. And she's done. She's done prospecting. She's in the rock mode, and she's digging through. And she did that Saturday. We are out there. We find the first gold. I found 1 flake and then found 3 flakes in the next test pan. She found a flake in her test pan. And then she's like, she said, look at that. And I said, what? Did you find more? She said, no, that cool rock. And she picks it up and starts showing me the fossils in this rock. I'm like, really? Really? We just found gold right here. And you worried about that rock fossil? Well, isn't this cool? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but let's get some gold out of the ground, Mama Bird. Dina says her Carl sluice is 6x24 and have the combo mat in it. I've got a 6x24 combo mat Carl sluice too. I don't know that I'll have enough flow to run a 6-inch, but I'm pretty sure I can run a 4-inch. I've got, you know, my Carl sluice would be great to take down there. It don't have a leg kit on it. I didn't put a leg kit on it just for that reason, so that I could just build a little bed and set it directly into a low flow situation. I'm scared that there's not going to be enough flow to properly run a 6-inch where we're at. But I think I can get enough out of a 4-inch. Until I start doing it, until I get down there and actually set them up and do it, I'm not going to know for sure. Crash is a 6x48 with a micro mat. That is a proper sluice. The 6x48, that is a proper anything sluice. I mean, it's a river sluice. It's a cleanup. You can set the cleanup sluice out of it. That's great. That's a good size. And you know, I've got two 6x48s, and then I got my 10x48, my Bigfoot sluice. I love my 10x48. And if we're on, you know, in the rivers where the water's moving good, that's, you know, with the leg kit on it, so easy to set up, so fast, catches 99% of the gold. I still always put a catch pan, even at the rivers, guys. I put a catch pan underneath my sluice and catch everything, and then I will classify that down to about an 1/8 or 1/4 inch and bring them tellings back with me, because, you know, in the river, under a uncontrolled environment such as a river, you don't have any surfactant in water, and the likelihood of you blowing gold out is exponentially greater. It increases exponentially just because of that fact. Now, when we bring it all back into a controlled environment where we're recirculating the water, we have a good catch system going, a good header box going with the controlled amount of water, because, you know, that's another thing, the flow. If the flow varies either direction just a little bit, it can change the way that your sluice is catching gold. And it can blow gold out or keep more material, depending on if it's going faster or slower, the water flow. And everything people launching big vessels upriver, that can change the water flow. Uh, any runoff coming in, that can change the water flow. If it's running into a man-made lake or something where they control the water with a dam, that could definitely, which the river we're going to, it is. It's controlled by with a dam, you know, 60 miles down the river. So that too can affect the water flow. So a lot of things can affect it. So I can't stress enough that any of the cons that you have that you've worked for, bring them back to a controlled environment and run them that way. Use a good surfactant. You know, any of your rinse aids or soaps, that's a surfactant. That breaks the water tension, and that's allows the specific gravity to do its job. That allows all the dense material, your gold, your heavies, your garnets, your uh, magnetite, hematite, to be what's caught in your sluice system. That's what's going to get caught is all that dense material, the things that have a higher specific gravity. RPE works great in low water or high water. It only weighs a pound. Yeah, and brewers, that's it. I do have the RPE, and I've got the Dream Mats Paraform too, and they only weigh a pound each. I've got two of the Dream Mat Paraforms. You know, you hook together, and essentially, when you do that, and I've had a lot of success out of the Dream Mat Paraform. When you hook them together like that, you got a 54 or a 52-inch sluice, and it works good too. And that may be the way to go. And I wasn't even thinking of that because all our lightweight stuff is what we usually pack on the plane and use to run and gun. But yeah, using it here locally, you may that may be the way to go. So I'm probably going to take some of that lighter weight stuff with me and just run some tests on it and see what flow can get going in there. Thank you for that, bro. Curtis, you have a great day. Thanks for coming in. So there's 21 amazing people left in here. I want to thank you guys for watching me come in and run this. I want to especially thank you guys for listening to this old man chat. I know I'm pretty excited. I'm very excited about this gold. I want to show you this gold again before I get out of here. For those just coming in, I don't know if Brewer's got to see it or not. But this way he gets to see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this down. We're going to zoom that in just a little bit. And here's the gold right here. So it's all tiny stuff. And there's some many, many, many micros in there. You guys can see. But everything in there is tiny flour gold. I'm going to dump it in this other one, re-tear it out, and see if it's changed our readings any. Because we had right at 0.50 before. There we go. Zoom that in just a little bit more. It's all teared it out. Now let's dump it in there. And there it is, 0.54, same thing as we got before, guys. Same exact. That is a win. That is a win out of that little bit of material that we got. Look at that, guys. Zoom in, look at them. Look at that little tiny micro stuff. But I don't think that moves far at all. When you can get from that flour gold like that, and I am super zoomed in. I'm zoomed in 10 times right now. When you can get that definition out of that kind of flour gold, it hasn't traveled very far. The way some of that is defined in there. So I'd say it's coming right out of that bedrock. So, yeah. That's it, man. That's it, guys. So with that note, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to text Mama Bird because I am pumped up. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys for coming in. Nice. I can fit a 5-gallon bucket in there, but it's basically just hold 2-gallon buckets. I can't carry a 5-gallon, So I use the smaller ones. Right. And we have 1 gallon, 1.5, and 2.5 gallon buckets. And I'm thinking that a 5 gallon bucket in the back of our kayak in the milk crates and with a lid on it, and then a 2.5 gallon buckets between our legs in the kayak. That's a lot of weight, guys, in the kayak. But that's a lot of material too, especially if we've classified it down and everything. Yeah, did you see that, Rob? How the hot gold melted in there? That first time it was stuck in there. I had to take a little pick and pick it out. It's like, are you kidding me? So yeah, hey Zaxon, welcome in. Guys, Zaxon, for those of you that don't know this, completely being the kind, modest man that he is, he sent Mama Bird a cash app to buy a pay dirt bag to give away during one of Mama Bird's lives. So she's going to give one away tomorrow night. She's giving away a troubled one bag. She bought a troubled one bag, and it's going to be shipped. She got a hold of Chris. We got the details worked out. He's going to ship it himself. But tomorrow, during tomorrow's live, when Kristen's on panel with Mama Bird's going to be panning out a troubled one bag that she got from Empty Pan, and then she's going to be during the chat. One of you guys in chat's going to win a trouble one bag just for being in chat and being subscribed to Mama Bird. Float the bucket in the center of an inner tube behind the kayak. Hey, now that's a plan too, Jeff. Good job. I've got a little blow up raft too that we take our dog when we float sometimes. We take our fur kids with us, our two little house dogs, and we just put a yoga mat in the bottom of it, and the dogs love it. They get in there, and you know what? Again, Jeff, you just give me another idea. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, brother. Any way I can get it back. Yeah, that's it. And I love it when you guys come up with these suggestions like this, and I absolutely love it, guys. I appreciate it, and that's what makes up the Gold Kingdom is everybody thinking together, working together, being kind to one another, and loving each other. Jackson says blow up raft. Well, it's a nice raft. I've had that thing 20 years, and I mean it's pretty sturdy. I have literally been in that raft. It's a two-person raft, and we've had two people in it, and went up and down the river in it. I even set limb lines out of it before, and it worked. It works great. It is getting old, but still, it works really good. It'll hold a lot of weight. I think it's rated up to 600 pounds. I think it's designed to hold 600 pounds. So, and that's it. Full of ideals, he says. Some work, some don't. That's what it's about, guys. You have to try this stuff, and you know what? If it works, it works. But the thing is if it works, you can't take credit for that. That's the way it was supposed to be. That's why you thought of it. What's water outside the house? Dina says. Zaxon's thinking, right? Zaxton's like, what's a raft? Oh no, I think yeah. I don't have an inner tube. I don't think. I used to have a couple that we floated with, and they got old, and you know how that works. I ended up getting rid of them, but I could pick another one up. That's no issue. But the bucket would fit into an inner tube, especially if you put the bucket in the inner tube and then aired the inner tube up. It would actually stay in there until you let the air out of the inner tube. I've been told I'm full of something. Well, I get told that all the time. Bujoka, hey, welcome in, my friend. Top of the morning to you. So, guys, this has been an amazing morning. Thank you guys for sharing this with me. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to clean my mess up. I'm excited. I'm going to text Mama Bird. I'm gonna send her some pictures, and I'm gonna post some pictures, and I'm gonna get ready to go down there and get some more of that shiny out of there, out of that river. This is amazing. I know my oldest son, he knows where we got it at. He goes to this river all the time. He's excited to know. I got to share this out. Carl's excited to know. Jason E. Miner's excited to know. Flower Gold Wizard's excited to learn how much we got down there. So I got I got messages to send to people, and anybody that's got an idea on that's going to help me get this stuff out, send it to me. I know I'm going to have my Carlinator with me because there's some crevicing in there that is just unreal. There's some places in there I could crevice out of the kayak. I wouldn't even have to get out of the kayak. I could crevice setting in the kayak, you know, and even in the water's murky. It's too murky to snipe in there right now, but I could still crevice the spots I could see. So everyone, like Rob says, have a wonderful Tuesday. Stay golden, guys. Let me turn this camera up so I can say goodbye to you fine folks. Let me turn that camera up. Guys, thanks for coming. I love y'all. I think everybody out there is golden. Thank you for letting me be a part of your gold kingdom. I appreciate that. Me and Mama Bird's very humbled in it. And thank you for your friendship, for your kindness, and for all the love that you guys have shown us over the last year and a half. It means everything. And, we just want to keep this going. We want to keep everything running smooth. We want to keep finding the gold. This is .40. I'm going to pour that in a vial, whatever we get next time, and I'm going to start making some Southwest with this material right here that I just pulled out. I'm going to start making some Southwest Missouri gold bags, and we're going to call them something different. I don't know what we're going to call them yet because we haven't decided, but we're going to be giving some of them away with this gold coming out of Southwest Missouri to you guys. So see you all later. We'll see you tomorrow for sure on Mama Bird's Live. The time hasn't been set. Mama Bird and Kristen are working out the time because Kristen's going to be on panel with Mama Bird. It's going to be so exciting. I can't wait. And Mama Bird's going to pan out some Trouble Won't Pay Dirt, and this is telling what all she's going to be doing. I know she's giving away a bag of Trouble Won't Pay Dirt tomorrow. But guys, stay kind, stay humble, share the kindness. Kindness is contagious. Share it around. If you don't believe me, try it. Just be kind to somebody and then kick back and watch them. It changes their whole outlook, their whole demeanor, and they too become kind. And that's the way it is. Kindness is contagious. And share the gold fever. Gold fever is real. It's highly contagious. There is no cure. So let's spread that around as well. And that's what we're doing. That's why we give away the gold. We're trying to spread around the fever. Zaxxon says Papa Rouse is live tonight. We'll have to check that out, Zaxxon. Thank you for that. If anybody that wants to go over and see Zaxxon and Papa Rouse, I'm me and Mama Bird, we're going to be there. This is the second time Kristen will be on a live stream. That's awesome, guys. That's awesome. Mama Bird's excited about it. I know Kristen's excited about it. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun. So, guys, we will talk at you later. And I'm going to end this now. We've been live for about 100 minutes. Thank you. We got 80 likes. I can't believe that. There's still 14 people in there. She was on one of my lives on the river. Jackson, welcome in, my friend. We're getting ready to end this live stream. We just found 0.54 grams of gold, 0.054 grams of gold out of Southwest Missouri. I'm excited. I got to start making some calls, start sending some texts out, have some more Golders in my cup. So take care, everyone. We'll see you tonight on Papa Rouse with Zaxxon. And everyone, stay safe, stay humble.